It was a day of ecstasy and agony. Rishabh Pant soared past records, Jasprit Bumrah roared with fire, but India, they slipped. As the sun set on Headingley, Ollie Pope stood tall, unbeaten and unshaken. What happened to India's dominance? Why did victory slip through their fingers? Let's rewind day 2, the day that might just define this series. Day 2 at Headingley had all the ingredients of a classic test match: milestones, meltdowns, magic spells, and missed chances. India resumed the day on 359 for 3, and all eyes were on Shubman Gill and Rishabh Pant. What followed in the first 90 minutes was nothing short of masterful. But this script had a twist, a dramatic collapse, and a relentless fight back by England. Stick with us till the end, because this story is not just about numbers. It's about moments that shaped the day and could define this entire series. The morning session began with India in a commanding position. Rishabh Pant was already looking dangerous, and Shubman Gill looked serene. Their chemistry was undeniable, their partnership solid. Then came the magic moment, Pant's 7th Test century. It wasn't just any century. He launched Shoaib Bashir for a one-handed 6 over mid-wicket, a bold, audacious shot that screamed confidence. It was Pant's 146th delivery, and with that swing he not only brought up his 100 but also etched his name deeper into Indian cricket history. There was a hug with Gill, and a front-flip celebration that oozed flair. But behind the joy was a bigger story. Pant now held the record for most Test centuries by an Indian wicketkeeper, overtaking MS Dhoni. And this was his 3rd 100-plus score on English soil. No other Indian wicketkeeper has done it more than once. Gill, too, was elegance personified. His footwork was crisp, his timing perfect. He reached 147 with class and calmness. But just as India looked poised to dominate, things started to unravel. It started with Gill. Looking to up the ante, he tried to take Bashir over the ropes again, but he didn't connect cleanly and found Josh Tongue at deep square leg. That ended a magnificent 209-run stand. Then came a moment of heartbreak for Indian fans. Karun Neer, making his comeback after 8 years, faced just 4 balls before Ollie Pope pulled off a stunning catch to send him back for a duck. The dream return turned into a nightmare. India lost momentum. At lunch, they were 454 for 7. Ben Stokes had grabbed his 4th wicket, showcasing his incredible ability to turn up when it matters. After the break, the collapse became complete. India were bowled out for 471, losing 7 wickets for just 41 runs. What should have been a declaration above 550 turned into a missed opportunity. Josh Tongue roared back into the game, ending with 4 for 86 after being carted around early. Ben Stokes led from the front with 4 for 66, showing again why he's one of the finest all-rounders of the modern era. Then the skies over Leeds turned grey, and the tension rose. A brief shower delayed the start of England's reply, but once play resumed, Jasprit Bumrah wasted no time. In his very first over, he produced a ball of absolute magic. It angled in, then nipped away sharply. Zach Crawley had no clue. It took the edge and flew to Karan Nair at first slip. Just 6 balls in, India struck. Bumrah's opening spell read 5-2, 21-1. He was on fire, but support at the other end was lacking. Mohammad Siraj was expensive, going for 23 in his first 3 overs. England began to settle. Ben Duckett and Ollie Pope survived and began to rebuild. By tea, England were 107 for 1, trailing by 364. The feeling? India had let them off. Again. Post-tea, Bumrah returned. This was the moment. He was breathing fire, and he wanted wickets. But what followed was a mixture of brilliance and blunders. Ollie Pope dropped on 10, 48 and 60 yes, all by India, most notably Yashasvi Jaiswal twice, made them pay. Together with Duckett, they added 122 runs. Duckett reached another milestone, his 19th 50-plus score in tests. But his luck ran out. A thick inside edge off Bumrah, and the stumps rattled. Pope, though, grew stronger with each over. He passed his half-century and surged toward a memorable century. And yes, it came. But not without drama. On 60, he edged one to Jaiswal, diving at third slip. Dropped. Again. Bumrah's reaction? Arms flailing, staring in disbelief. It was the third drop off his bowling. Frustration became fury. Joe Root joined Pope, but the momentum belonged to the number 3. Pope outscored Root 42-28 in an 80-run partnership, dominating the crease like a seasoned veteran. Then, in one emotional burst, Pope brought up his 9th Test century, his second against India. A roar, a fist pump, a look skyward. Redemption. He had silenced his critics, especially with Jacob Bethel, a young talent waiting in the wings. Pope's place had been questioned, but he answered with class and courage. But the day had one final twist. Jasprit Bumrah, once again, delivered. P got Joe Root with a tempting delivery outside off. Root on 28 edged it. Gone. A breakthrough at last. India were clawing their way back. Then came heartbreak. Just an over later, Bumrah unleashed a fiery bouncer. Harry Brook miscued it to mid-wicket. Saturday in Leeds was a tale of moments. Some seized, many squandered. Rishabh Pant's flamboyance, Shubman Gill's grace, Ollie Pope's grit, and Jasprit Bumrah's fire made it a day to remember. But this was also a day of what-ifs. What if India had held those catches? What if Bumrah hadn't overstepped? What if the collapse hadn't happened? England have 7 wickets in hand and a fighting chance. India are still ahead, but they've let the match drift into dangerous territory. Day 3 promises to be gripping. Can India finish what they started? Or will Pope and company continue to rewrite the script? Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit subscribe if you're riding this test wave with us. Because this series, it's only just getting started.